a funny little smile on your face.
My funny little smile is for you, Lindsay.
Oh, Bill.
Because we're back. Oh my God. Hi. Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalyn. My name is Billy Milovanovic, also known as Bildo.
You've got like this cute little like girl look on your face, like, hey, I'm in a candy shop. It's
I
so
do.
cute, yeah.
I feel like I'm in a candy shop. I'm a little bit scared that the candy shop isn't working for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? Like it's been a long time. How about you introduce yourself?
I was going to say, can I be part of this?
You're in the podcast too. She's here too, you guys.
My name's Lindsay. Oh, no, wait. Am I saying Lindsay or Lindalyn? It's so confusing. Who am I? My name's Lindalyn, also known as Lindsay Kirkwood. Okay.
Sure.
We can continue, right?
It's been a long time.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's been a long time. Welcome to this offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. This is season 4, episode 1.
God.
I mean, aren't we just so excited to be here?
Season 4.
Season 4. We thought we'd be a little bit richer, a little bit more famous, a little bit of everything. But that's this year.
Yeah, it's that we saved it. We wanted you guys to just, keep us on our toes.
We needed 3.5 seasons of shitness so you can get to this greatness.
Don't make me laugh because then I'll start to cough.
Lindsay is in full health.
Yeah, for the last 12 days, I've had a lovely sinus infection, head cold thingy. And it's still lingering around, but that's okay. That's not what we're talking about today, right?
The show must go on.
Yeah, the show does go on. I'm such a professional. I'm here. I'm ready to chat. Today, we're going to talk about really what has been happening in the world while we've been on holidays, because I feel like there's so much.
Yes.
Like good, bad, social, like media crap.
Yes.
Like everything.
It's been great. It's been a great holiday.
It's been great. Oh my God.
Lots has happened.
Lots of people have died and broken up and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
but
that's okay.
And to get us through, we're going to have, look, it is so hot today that this was in the freezer and it is like massively sweating. We're having a Pinot. Oh. Sorry for those. I just like spat the wine like sweat off of the bottle into Billy's face.
Spat it off.
Yeah, it's Allegiance Wines, a Pinot Gris, because you know what? It's hot. It's our first day back. I thought we'd have something super yummy.
It's a Pinot Gris kind of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's do it. They also always have these like fun little like things in the back because they honor their people, right?
They do. Yeah. Yes, they do. And I swear to God, over the holidays, my eyes have gotten worse.
Oh, Lenny, do you want me to read it so you don't embarrass yourself? Yeah. While you get your glass, this one is Tumbarumba Vineyard, which is where I stayed with my family. Who's this guy? Our winemaking lesson.
Are you squinting your eyes, Billy? Can you see that?
No. A rich, round textured Pinot Gris named for our son, Thomas James Cox.
See, cute.
So there he is. Hey, James. Thomas James.
Oh, is he on the back?
Cute, yes. I assume that's his photo. Otherwise, they've just put a rando.
Anywho.
Cool. Oh, yes.
Look, we love you guys, but I honestly need this glass of wine. Over the holidays, it was so full on and I was sick and there was a lot of like stuff going on in my life over there that I actually I barely drank. I know that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel like drinking.
Yes, I drink a little. I'm not huge on drinking as it is.
Yeah, well,
I definitely didn't drink a lot of wine.
Should we not put that? Is it going to fall? Don't.
No. I'm just going to, well, at least I'm going to put.
What if I put it the fatter end, Bill?
I was going to suggest that,
God,
but I don't want to mess with your jam. We wanted to get the bottle a little bit high so you could see it. For those of you listening, we're just trying to actually have a wine bottle seen.
Yeah.
In the podcast.
For our lovely sponsors. Can we cheers so I can sip? Seriously, hurry the fuck up.
Before we cheers.
Good.
Cheers. Season 4.
It's a pretty color. Very inviting.
Oh, I didn't even think about any of that. That's amazing.
This is exactly what I was hoping was going to be in this bottle.
Exactly what it's supposed to be, isn't it?
It not to sound like the typical crisp, clean, but it's crisp, it's clean, it's easy to drink, it's refreshing. It's like so pretty looking. It's everything. Yeah.
This season, I want to do more for the people in the sense that like I want to be more educated about what we're drinking. So then when I speak, I don't sound like such an idiot.
Okay.
But also that's not something that necessarily interests me. So I don't know if I'm going to manage to do that. But I want to be better for you and to explain what I'm feeling in my mouth.
Okay, explain.
So no, I'm not doing it now. I'm just saying this is what I want for the season. Easy. We just got here. Jesus.
So not episode 1.
No, but I would love to
21.
go and do like this is. I have a.
Do not put that out there. Are you really going to put this out there?
Yes, I was going to say I put my crazy ideas out to Lindsay over the holidays because, we want to go crazy and like I want to go to Sirime. Is this
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
what do you think I'm about to say?
I thought you were going to say you wanted to like educate yourself on wine, like take a wine course. I'm like, those are so fucking full on, Billy.
Ew, no,
right? That's why I'm like,
ew, David.
I'm addicted to Schitt's Creek.
As
I know
you
I'm
should be.
I'm so far behind, but yeah, like, ew, David. I love it.
Ew,
God.
no, I was going to say, oh God, this is more up our alley, Lindsay. What do we love to do is drink wine and chat live and do nothing else. Okay. So what I wanted to do was go to like Sirime and do like an actual like, we can record it for the episode and do like a wine tasting, but somebody explain to me, what do you want me to be looking for when I'm drinking this wine?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like how come everybody knows? Like how come they're like, oh, I feel nodes of
yeah, but you have to take a course. That's because they take a course, they educate themselves.
Yeah, but they did that. So I just want to go to them so they can tell me what I'm supposed to think.
So you want to do a class there.
No, I just want to do a wine tasting with someone who knows what they're doing so they can explain to me.
Yeah.
Give me some buzzwords that I can use on the podcast.
The Old Seven, our little wine bar down the road, they do tasting classes. I'll look them up to see when their next one is.
Something up, yeah.
Seriously, like let's do one in Camp Hill 2 seconds away.
Seriously, yes. Also, yes. Well, I like Sirime because it's pretty.
Oh, look,
but
we
so
can
is
do
the
too.
Old Seven. I'm actually going to the Old Seven with some friends.
What?
Not Lindsay.
Okay, stop.
Stop the press.
Stop.
I have friends.
Stop. I was going to say there's so many things wrong with this statement. First, you have other friends than me. Second, you're going to the Old Seven with people other than me. You've never been there other than with me. Who are you going with? Why, when, and where should I wear?
I am not telling you that information because I don't want you to show up and embarrass me. No, I'm going with some like daycare mums. We have a brand new group of daycare mum friends. Mm-hmm. Hi, Caitlin. Thanks for organizing. And I'm going to like, they're like, oh, I know this one little place, you know, the Old Seven. And I'm like, I know this place. And I was even like, have we booked a table? Because like I can message from wine chats and be like, oh, hey.
Did you message them?
I didn't because Caitlin was very organized and she booked it all for us.
Yeah. So daycare mums. Why are people from
May's daycare mums?
Okay, but why are people from your part of the world going to the Old Seven? Like you're from Maruka.
Well, yes, but to be fair, like that's our closest wine bar. Like I don't want to go into the city to park there. Is this entertaining to anybody but us? We have not gone up in a really long time.
So entertaining. Seriously, the Old Seven, we love you. Shout out to the Old Seven. They're amazing. And they've expanded just to like they've taken over the next the store beside them, so they're bigger and better.
You spoiler alert.
I know.
Jesus, my God. Anyway, for you who had now, you know.
Okay, so you can edit this part out, but like when are you going?
No, I don't know.
You don't know.
It's in my calendar. I think the last weekend of January.
Nothing has changed. Right? Nothing has changed in Billy's world over the holidays because she's still.
But you know what I did just realize?
No. Shh, me first. You're
going to want to hear this.
Oh God, she still doesn't know what she's got on when. Okay, yes, you may speak now.
I'm pretty sure that I booked it on the same day that I'm away on a weekend. I've just realized.
Of course.
So again, none of this is surprising to anyone.
No.
Least of all, poor Caitlin, who's listening to this now, probably thinking to herself, that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to check my dates, Caitlin, but...
if not, you and I will go for a wine tasting. Because they have like little rosé masterclasses and stuff.
Cute. Yeah. Yes, we should definitely go and do that.
100%.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Now that we've caught up, Semi, what's going on, Lindsay? What's on your list?
I've got a big list because a lot of like a lot has been happening in the world.
Yes, I have like 3 things on my list. Let's do it.
3? God. Okay, the first thing that I have to start out with, I just have to get it out of the way because we're going to be making funny jokes and like, you know, all this kind of fun, stupid stuff, right? Because we're naturally funny.
Hilarious.
Twitch. This is the thing that like it actually hit me
Trigger
hard.
alert? Trigger warning?
Trigger warning. Well,
Trigger warning.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, people get it. Trigger warning.
Twitch. Yes. Who doesn't know Twitch? I could not believe when I read that he died.
I am in so much. I mean, I don't know Twitch. You don't know Twitch. We don't, so we don't know what's really ever going on in people's heads and all that sort of stuff. But I cannot believe that that's what's happening.
I know.
Like I was in such disbelief.
Yeah.
I can't. Like if you follow him on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, which again, who doesn't?
Yeah.
He is just the most vibrant, beautiful man with this beautiful family.
Yeah.
Seemingly having it all.
Yeah.
So much so that I'm a little convinced and totally down with the conspiracy theories.
Oh God.
That he was offed, that he did not do this himself. There were conspiracy theories that he knows something.
No.
That Alan is not saying. I don't know if this has anything to do with Alan. But I would rather believe that this is some sort of conspiracy theory and that he has offed himself, that he would actually do it to himself. I cannot believe it. I honestly went down a lot of conspiracy theory rabbit holes.
Okay. I've been living under a Canadian rock because I have not heard that there's like those theories going around. But
Yes.
I find that so disrespectful to his family. Like it's bad enough that
I would never obviously comment on that because that is, to be fair, I can see that would be very disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I share this with you, my personal friends.
the podcast listeners.
But I genuinely, that is how much I was like, I cannot believe this has happened. And like, who am I to say that? I don't know this man. I don't know this family. I know nothing about him except for what he's been putting out on socials and what they have. But it just seems so crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, he portrayed that he was so in love and well loved, which he was. I don't think any of that was fake. And everyone that has spoken up about him that actually knew him all said the same things, that he was the light.
Yeah.
He was happy. He was like well loved. Everyone loved him and he loved them. I think like that's just a lesson that life can get fucking hard. Like even though he was loved in the light and everyone loved him and he loved everyone, blah, blah, blah. And he was happy. Yeah. Obviously internally, like shit can
He's struggling. And again,
real.
I anxiety and what happened with him is two totally opposite ends of the spectrum or whatever. So please don't, no disrespect in that regard. Yeah. But I know what it's also like to, like, when you're in that anxious state, I'm sure that's what depression must be like in a sense as well, where you are like, everything's fine, everything's fine. But inside you are totally like, you're struggling, you're dying. Yeah. So you can have that front, but then obviously have that struggle, but still.
And this is where, like, because you always make fun of me because I always like the nitty gritty details, the tragic details. I'm a sucker for them. I know it's wrong. I know it's weird, but I am one of those people. So like, I just want to know, like, what was the trigger? Like, what was actually going?
Yes.
What tipped him over the edge? Was there something, or was it just all too much for him? Like a lot of people are saying, like it was too much for him to be the light all the time and like to be so happy and, all that pressure of that.
Know, it just
like, was
so
that
extreme.
it? Like,
I don't know. It seems so extreme. Like to me, it's almost like you can't. This is a terrible thing to say, but like get off social media then, go to the woods and be with your family. I don't know. Like
if that was it, right?
If that was it, that's exactly right. You can't really solve people's problems like that. I get it, but it just I don't know. I was devastated by that. Like, I haven't cried about somebody like passing away in the in the big. If I don't know them, why am I going to cry about it?
Yeah.
Twitch made me cry.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That made me cry.
And were you like glued to every post? Like I had to go searching.
I couldn't believe it. I genuinely
couldn't
believe it. But that's why I fell down the rabbit hole, because TikTok is TikTok.
Yeah.
Of like, and then so I was like, oh my God, maybe he was killed. Like, I cannot believe that he would take his life. Like, I cannot believe that.
I didn't even hear any of that.
Yes, there was him, and there was somebody else recently that also, Anne Hash.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Ellen's ex-girlfriend? Yeah. She died do you know she died recently?
Yes. No.
Yeah, she died as well recently, but like literally like 2-3 months ago. Oh God,
right? Really? Oh, so
she and hers was very publicized. I can't believe you didn't hear about this because
did not. No.
You could see her. There was footage of her crashing her car into a thing. Whether she was on drugs or what it was, she crashed a car into a house. You can see her with an ambulance, being put in an ambulance. She's freaking out. So she's sitting up in the ambulance pulley thing. Yeah. Trigger warning. Lots of trigger warnings here. She was sitting up in the thing going nuts, like yelling and screaming or whatever. And then like a day later, they're like, yep, she's passed away from her injuries.
Oh shit!
And so it was, she was obviously very burnt because she was in a burning car.
Oh
she
God!
Had injuries. You want to go down a rabbit hole? You should go down that one. But anyway, then people were like, "Oh my God, what do they know? Why was she suddenly killed? Like she just randomly died. We saw her, and then now Twitch." Anyway, you guys, conspiracy theorists out there, holla at me because I love conspiracy theories, and I will run down every single conspiracy theory whole way there is. I love them, and most of the time, I honestly believe most conspiracy theories as well.
Yeah, and I just think they're full of junk.
Well, but, yes, also there's that. Yes. The lizard people, too far.
Oh my God.
Earth is flat, too far.
Oh, yeah.
Everything
else,
just
crazy.
Totally possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what else is on your list?
Do you know what is, like, my toes are driving me insane. Look at how have you noticed that my toes do not have a pedicure on them? Like
no, I haven't, but now that I do, it does seem strange.
Okay. So that's another thing that's been happening in my world. No time for a pedicure. Anyways, let's move on.
What's that video now on TikTok? I should we should do a little video on TikTok, which is like the song that my tears gone cold. I'm wondering why.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh. But people are like, I haven't had time to get my petty
I
mani
haven't
or whatever.
seen this.
And
Yeah.
then there's a little violin that people play, and it goes.
Oh yes,
I should do that for you.
Can you do
your
it?
pedicure, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it's atrocious. I never have bare nails. I have to cover them up. Gross. Ew. Margot Robbie.
Gorgeous.
Stunning.
Still alive, right? Yep. Oh, we're good. No, I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yes. So obviously she's everywhere right now in the
Yes.
news, the social media. Speak, Lindsay. Entertainment world is what I was trying to say. Because of
Good.
her, yeah, good. I'm getting the words out. Because of her movie, right?
Yes.
But it actually, I was a fan of hers. I was her first fan, people.
Girl.
Because she was on Neighbours. Did you know that?
I did know that. Your watch is talking to you. What did you find about Margot Robbie?
Fan, personal. Oh my God. Thanks, Siri.
Siri,
I don't need it.
Listening to our podcast.
Here's what I found. Fan, personal, Wikipedia. We don't care. I was her first original fan. Okay, Billy?
Of course you were.
Yes. Because the Neighbours. I've been a Neighbour
Yes.
fan for ages. But when I was Googling her again, because since she's been in the spotlight.
What movie is it that's come out? I know she's here for a movie.
Babylon.
No idea. And I'm normally all across that. I have no idea what that's all about. Is that
It's
like
like
a
the
space movie?
Yes, Billy. It's an
Indiana Jones style movie.
It's like based in the 1920s with the Hollywood actors trying to make it. And
See,
stuff.
period stuff. I don't like period stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So the space movie that she's currently in.
Yeah, set in the 1920s.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, I got to Google her again to see like when was she on Neighbours? Because I feel like she was just only on Neighbours.
Right.
It was 2008.
I was going to say, it's been at least 10 years.
I'm like,
2008.
Oh my God. Because I remember
15
her.
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I remember watching her. I remember when she left the show and I'm like, no, Donna, don't go. And she left to go to LA and obviously she made it.
Right.
Like
she
quit.
did. She definitely made it.
100% made it.
I just
Crazy.
watched her on the Insta and Abby Chatfield interviewing her.
Abby got to interview her?
Abby got to interview her, and it's the
course,
first time,
Abby.
Babe. It's the first time that I've seen Abby like
Not talk about sex?
giddy.
Oh, right.
Because she's, Abby's
Yeah.
a personality in her own right, and in her
Yes.
own territory, she's very like confident and vibrant and
Yes.
whatnot. But interviewing Margot Robbie was very much like, hey Margot, oh you did this, oh you did that, oh my God, Margot, you said that. Like it was very.
So she was starstruck.
She was starstruck.
Yeah. I would be too.
100%, as ever, 100%.
Do you know what? And like the thing is, like Margot, like has been in so many huge movies.
Yes.
Like she's a proper movie star.
Proper.
But she's still so fucking humble.
So down to earth.
Like just a normal chick where I feel like even though we'd be like, like she could totally be sitting on the couch with us and just be a normal person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
I even saw one of the premieres, like her friends had come out of a limousine or whatever and they were like, hey, Maggot. 'Cause
Maggot.
they call her Maggot.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, it's my friends. That'll be us.
Maggot. Anybody can call me Maggot if I get to go to.
Another quick thing before we go on break about Margot Robbie. I
going
watched
on break
another.
already?
We're going to go on break
Jesus,
already.
Billy, we've
I know.
just started.
We're almost there, guys.
Oh,
I watched another interview with Margot Robbie because she's doing this press conferences now for this new movie that's coming out. It's this
space
weird
movie?
space movie set in the 1920s. So she was on there and the interviewer was like, so you can just cry at the drop of a hat. And she was like, yes, after being on Neighbours so many times, they will just, it'll just cue her. They'll basically just be like, okay, cry. And then she'll just be like switched on and like start bawling her eyes out.
So good.
But she's like, I could do it. She didn't do it right then and there.
Yeah.
But very impressive skills earned on Neighbours.
And a lot of actors that have made it have said that have been on Neighbours. And do you know that Neighbours is coming fucking back?
Listen, everybody knows that. We're all moving on. Okay, seriously. Margot Robbie's not going to be there, so what's the point?
No, what's the point? Toady, I'm
gonna
coming for you.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Okay. Toady, we're going to go on break now. That's that.
Am I hitting the button?
Hit the button.
Okay. God, it's like
We're back.
Yeah, it would take forever for you to get on the couch. Jeez.
Now, can I put my lip balm on over that little bow that you like?
Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother episode. This whole lipstick
get it.
application thing. Yeah, no, but lip chap is fine.
Lindsay's angry about how people are applying their lipstick these days.
I just don't get it, but save it for another episode because seriously, there's so much to say about this.
Apparently so. Okay, look, let's kickstart the second session of this episode with Meghan and Harry. How many people, hands up, who's sick of hearing about him? You didn't put your hand up. So as far as I'm concerned, you're good to go.
No, I'm a bit. No, I am sick about. I'm sick about hearing about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am.
I watched a documentary. So glad I did. I feel like everybody should watch a documentary. Now, not for anything.
Like the Netflix one.
The Netflix
obviously.
one.
Yeah.
You would need to get Netflix first.
I watched the first episode in Canada.
And how did you feel?
I did not have any urge to watch the second episode.
Okay. The only thing I feel like I really took away from it was the fact that they would be like, this is the narrative that they were pushing through the media. Their own people, their own royal people, their own internal secretaries or whatever.
Yep.
Were pushing this narrative while they were trying to be like, hey, this is what's happening. We feel like we're not safe, this and that.
Yeah.
I just feel like they explained really nicely what we were seeing in the media and what was happening behind the scenes.
For sure.
Now, obviously, you can take a bunch of it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I feel like I understood because I started getting to the point as well where I was like, I'm so sick of hearing about you guys. Yeah. Meghan, Harry, we're still not on, the kids aren't at school. So we're recording between kids, which is fine.
Totally fine. But I just warned my 5-year-old, do not make noise.
But you know what's going to happen now is going to make more noise because you've made eye contact and you're talking about him. Oh, she's giving him the death stare. Hopefully. This is very important. It's about Meghan and Harry.
Right, the royals.
It made me really hyper aware of how much what I read and media really impacts on me as well. Because I started out as very much of a lover of Meghan and Harry. I had their marriage mug. I made my friend from the UK buy for me.
Cute.
I love the royals. I'm huge on them. Always have been.
Same.
And after a while, so much of the negativity that was coming out about them just made me go, fuck you guys. I don't want to hear about you anymore. I'm so sick of the shit. And it made me blame Meghan and Harry because that's all the headlines I was seeing.
Yep.
But it just made me realize how susceptible I am as well to being brainwashed by all the stuff that was coming out. Because in reality, when you think about it, two people who just want to live their lives, a boy who grew up in the media the way that he did, he, from what he's explaining, they basically have a contract with media to be able to like pump stories out to them that they will print. So then this whole narrative that we've been basically brainwashed to believe, now they're just trying to undo and just to say, you know what? We could be doing all this stuff and that's fine, but this is what was happening. Like this is what was actually happening behind the scenes.
But they've been caught out in lies as well and exaggerations. This is the thing. My point of view of it, because I'm a huge royal lover as well, and I was a total fan for her. Yes. Like when she first came out, I was like, oh, great, cool. I'm all for Team Meghan, whatever, which I can't say Meghan. I want to say Meghan, but anyways, Meghan, whatever. But it's like politicians. Both sides are lying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Both teams are lying. Both teams have got called out.
Yes.
Both teams are like, I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't want to believe anybody anymore. I just want it to go away. I don't care anymore.
Fair enough. I think that's a really fair enough way to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I feel like, can we all just let these people move on?
Exactly. Who cares?
And the media will not. That's the thing. We keep, even now, after having watched the documentary, I've started to pay more attention about how the headlines are being presented to us, even on just something like news.com.au.
Totally.
That's basically a
trash magazine.
A trash magazine that's news.
Yeah.
But then, the headlines alone are so leading.
Yeah.
And we believe them in the end.
Oh, 100%.
And so it just made me realize that, like you said, fucking just let them all move on.
Yeah.
Stop reading about it. It's really I want to appreciate all sides of the story. Obviously, Harry's just come out with a bit of a book. It's called Spare because...
In case you didn't know.
Because William is the heir and he is the spare. And I love it. I believe it. All of it. I think it's good that they've come out to fight. I think that obviously Harry's mum had a really tragic fucking end to her story as well. He didn't want the same for his family. I get it.
Yeah, I totally get that part.
I'm
100%.
so surprised that they've come out swinging as much as they have. I'm so surprised. These people have been taught from day dot to be very protective and very private. So the fact that he's come out talking about his foreskin and shit is incredible to me.
Weird.
I'm here for it.
I have more pressing news on my brain.
Is this about your bunions?
Well,
my toe related.
But are my toes going to be in the frame?
I have a more pressing question. Because we talk about our toes so much, should we start a toe only fan? I don't know. It has been suggested before.
And I have a bunion. People like that shit.
People love that shit.
Just to end it with the Harry thing, in all seriousness, I think everybody should just be living their lives. I get that they're royals, so they can't to some degree.
Can now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even the whole the thing can't just be laid to rest fully.
Yeah.
But I just don't care enough about it anymore. There's too many lies. There's too many like exaggerations. There's too many like he said, she said bullshit. My brain cannot comprehend it and decipher who's saying what is true. But I just don't want to listen to it.
But you still feel more like against Harry and Meghan than you would against Wills and Megs, right? No, Wills and Megs and Catherine. Like you still, do you know what I mean?
I
like
don't know. I'm trying
you still
to
like in your head.
I wonder which one. Do you know what? If I had to like quickly say whatever comes to my tongue, I'd be team like Will,
Catherine,
and Kate. Yeah.
But I don't necessarily agree with that either. We shouldn't be on
exactly. But that's all brainwashing.
That's what I'm saying. So we've all actually just been brainwashed over these last few years. Yeah. To hate fucking Meghan Markle.
Oh, I don't hate her.
So many people hate her though.
I know they do.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so many people hate her unnecessarily, and it's not fair. And I think, me too. It's happened to me. Like I was brainwashed into by the end of it being like, Meghan, Harry, fuck off.
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to fucking hear about it anymore. But it's not their fault. It's just what media has been putting out on their behalf. I guess it's awful what's happened to them.
It is, but they're not innocent. This is the thing. This is why I keep going around in circles, why I just don't even want to deal with it anymore or think about it anymore because it's just so confusing. It's just
let's spend the other 12 minutes of this podcast talking about it. Come on.
No.
All right. What else is on your list? This is we're never going to solve this. I'm just saying be a little bit kinder and don't fucking read so much into. Don't believe what the news is saying. Do I really have to be saying this in the 21st century?
You do, but that's a good segue into the next tragedy. So the plane crash in Nepal. You know how I'm such a tragic seeker, right? Tragic detail seeker. So I'm looking into it more. I'm like, oh, wow, who was flying and blah, blah, blah.
For those of us who may not have known what's happened.
Really?
No, it was in Nepal.
The plane crash. What? The plane that crashed in Nepal that killed like 70 people?
Now, were you reading these news like when you were in Canada?
It happened since I've been home.
Oh, no, I legit, this is how little I watch news. Meghan and Harry all over it. Okay,
but don't you scroll? That's so sad. Like it's even coming up in all like the.
If it did come up, I would have just been like delete because I don't like those stories.
Right. Yeah, whereas I'm a sucker for them. Yeah. Sucker for the tragic details. Like just give it to me.
Right.
I don't know why I like the details because it makes me feel nauseous and I just cry. But I'm always looking for them. It's weird. Okay. So I was doing a deep dive into like the plane crash.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the co-pilots, or the co-pilot, I'm assuming, it was a smaller plane. I'm assuming there was just one co-pilot. Her husband, 16 years ago, died in a plane crash while co-piloting for the same airline.
What?
Yes.
So she died as well, I think.
And she died. Yeah, everybody died. Everybody died.
What happened? You didn't tell us anything.
They don't know yet. They found the black box. They're looking into it. They don't know yet.
So wait, there was a plane that was going to where?
It was landing.
Oh, it was landing?
Yeah.
In Nepal?
Yeah.
And it crashed?
There was footage. Like people took footage of the plane crashing.
Oh my God, I did see this on TikTok. Because you know what I said? This is horrible.
How have you not seen this?
I've seen one TikTok of somebody who was filming inside
the plane in the yellow sweater. Bless his soul. Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
So there's that footage going around.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's another video footage of the plane actually crashing. And this is where my mind is twisted as well. So the video footage, and I'll get back to the co-pilot thing in a second. The video footage of the plane crashing shows the plane nosediving and falling, but the person videoing then takes the frame, like the plane out of the frame and like shows the ground.
Right. Yes.
And I wonder if they did that out of respect because that kind of makes sense. Like you're kind of like,
I feel like when a plane is doing that, it's not really going to come good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully, I would say that's hopefully a respectful thing.
Yeah. Like I've been wondering, I'm like, oh, did they do that on purpose or did they do that out of like shock horror? Yeah. But there was no like screaming in the video of like, oh my God, the plane, where like the phone is like mumbling all around, like shuffling all around. It was just a quick like, I'm going to change the frame around. Anyways, details. So the co-pilot that died when her husband died 16 years ago, co-piloting for the same airline, she wasn't a pilot, but his death prompted her to become a pilot and fly. And then 16 years later, she dies doing the same thing.
That is
crazy.
That is blowing my brain. It makes me so sad. It makes me think like that husband sent her some messages from beyond and totally fucked her as well.
Well, and the poor kid, like they had,
kid?
Yeah, they had one kid that I know of. He was one.
Do not become a pilot.
I know.
Do not fly planes.
Please do, because other people want to fly. Just don't. Maybe Napoleon.
No, you should not become a pilot, my friend. I'm sorry.
Well, they're known for like really shit, like plane crashes, and like their airline isn't very well reputable.
Well, now it's going to be very well known.
Oh, it's well known for being shit. Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, isn't that bizarre? What a very weird like link. Anyways,
okay. Well, staying with the crashes.
Oh God!
Stop laughing immediately because we've had a crash ourselves here in the Gold Coast in Queensland.
Yeah.
Where these are like joy rides at SeaWorld that happen on helicopters. I've been to SeaWorld a bunch of times. Even just this year, we have those annual passes.
Yep.
We've seen the helicopters flying around all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've all thought to ourselves, man, we should take our kids for a helicopter ride.
Totally.
Right? This is exactly what had happened. One of the helicopters was taking off of a beach. Another one was coming down. And they quite literally crashed into each other.
Yeah.
There is video footage of that as well from inside the
I know. I've seen
helicopter that survived. One helicopter fell to the ground. Everybody died, unfortunately. I'm so sorry to those families. Our condolences. Trigger warnings. Too late. I just can't fathom that something like that would happen.
Do you know what? And it doesn't help with like people like me that has like high anxiety of like death, because the older my kids get and the longer I become a parent, I just look at everything as like a death trap. So
I'm
like
going the opposite way.
Oh, I wish
I feel like the older my kids get and the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, great. Now if I die, they'll remember me.
No, I keep
like
thinking,
they'll have more time with me.
Yeah, but I keep thinking of ways that they could possibly die. Like theme parks to me, I'm like, oh my God. Right. Roller coasters, no. They're like a death trap.
So many death,
They're always in the news about somebody getting hurt on a roller coaster or at a theme park. Like all of these things, like it's just too much for me. Yeah. Too much. So yeah, it's tragedy. A tragedy. Oh my God. Like I'm trying to speak.
It was a tragedy, especially for obviously the people who were on those helicopters that were like tourists. They were on honeymoons. No, on honeymoons, tourists. The helicopter pilot who died just had a kid, you know. Awful. I mean, I don't need to make you cry. But I just don't understand how that could happen. Like if I'm reversing in my car and there's a beeper that obviously tells me, hey, something is in your proximity, you're about to fucking hit it. How? I mean, I know there's a lot of beeping in helicopters maybe. But I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, and I don't know how it actually happened either. Like, was there a blind spot thing? Like, what? I
would think that the guy who's coming down, you would be able to see from like here, as opposed to being like you wouldn't be able to necessarily see your feet and what's happening down there. But even in the video from that helicopter crashing, you could see the guy like trying to get the pilot's attention.
Yeah, tapping him.
The pilot's looking the wrong way, and this guy's like, dude, and then they crash. So it's like,
I know.
Are you like before you land, do you think there should be some sort of radar that says, hey, this is a safe, clear space? You would think how is there not a fucking radar in your helicopter? This has got nothing to do with obviously the pilots or anything like that. It's more like actually just like if my car has it.
But how do we know that there wasn't? I don't know. Like there's been nothing really said about how they actually crashed. Like, I mean, we know that they crashed and like kind of how, but like why they crashed. You know what I mean?
I mean, human error, but I still think the like equipment that they're using should be up to some sort of have some fucking sensors, people. Yeah. My RoboVac has a sensor on it. She knows that she can't go downstairs. Why doesn't a helicopter have like stuff inbuilt?
It's a very good question, Billy.
Thank you. And we're solving some world problems here today.
Yes, I would love to give you an answer, but I don't know. Wow. Can I just... Can we lighten this? Because everything we've talked about is like death, horror, everything in the world.
Megan Heron.
It's kind of sad. Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand
breaking news. Yes,
the New Zealand Prime Minister has resigned, which I think that country is going to be in a world of hurt because she is so well loved and such a non-politician in the sense of she doesn't talk fucking shit. She doesn't spew out all this crap. Like she's just a normal human being fighting for her country, trying to make it the best it possibly can be for her people. Yeah. And she's resigned.
She's resigned.
She's good.
She's
Yeah,
not been kicked out. She's
No,
just like,
she
you know what,
resigned.
guys, I'm out.
She
Bless you, Jacinta, for just having that good, healthy mental space where you were like, you know what?
Yeah.
I've done what I want to do here.
Yeah, she.
I'm good to go.
Exactly. Well, and she said that like she knows how much time and effort and work needs to be put into the position, and she feels like she doesn't have that anymore. Which, I mean, again, bow down to her. Exactly.
Seriously,
like people, that is not a real politician. Right? I mean, she's what a real politician should
be. Yes,
but like those fools and clowns would not do that. So I'm like that. Oh, it'll be so interesting to see who replaces her.
New Zealand, we're watching you. Okay, very loosely, but we are.
Whatever pops on our Instagram feed, we will see.
We'll see.
Or Billy might not.
But if it's yucky, I'm just going to keep scrolling.
Yes,
so don't put up any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I agree. She's put in a lot of like interesting stuff. Like she's banned tobacco for anybody who's.
I did not hear this.
Yes, you can't buy tobacco anymore if you're like, I think from some year, people who are 18 now are basically not allowed to buy tobacco at all. So that's gone. So I'll be interested to see how some of that sort of stuff, like whether that survives. Because I wonder if a new prime minister is just going to be like, fuck that, open up the tobacco, you know.
It depends on who gets elected.
Oh, it depends, that's right. I wonder if it's going to be another woman, how it's going to go. Because they're very, you know, obviously normal over there. So anyway, yeah, you're right. It'll be interesting to see how New Zealand goes. Good luck to you guys.
Wonder if they'll say
luck to our cousins.
6 like sex and...
They still do that now.
Yeah.
6.
Maybe they'll change it.
Christchurch.
Yeah.
Fish and chips.
Because you were one of them.
I was.
Can you say 6?
6.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, you're putting it on.
6.
Yeah, see, now you
but
say it.
but in New Zealand, sex would be 6.
Oh. Like, are we talking about sexy times sex?
Sexy
or the
times
number?
sex.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. Is what?
6.
6.
Yeah. Like
It's-
pin.
yeah.
6.
Ooh.
Like a pen. It's a pin.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a pin. It's
okay.
6.
6. Let's
Yeah.
go have some 6.
No, thank you.
Oh.
I keep trying, but she won't say she won't say yes to me. So why should I say yes to her? Anyway,
I don't like vaginas.
me neither. Or oysters.
Ew.
Thank you so very much for joining us for this really, really entertaining episode of Wine Chats. So much more to come in season 4.
Do you know what? Like
Oysters, vaginas, same thing.
And like, you know, we're trying to recap what's happened while we've been on holiday, and all we talk about is like dark death. Like,
That's because you were like that. That's
I
not
know.
me. What did we talk about in the first part? We didn't. Was it?
But this is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
besides
Nepal. Yeah. Oh,
Nepal,
no, that was,
like,
no.
this is my mindset. Like, it's all about the nitty gritty, tragic details. I need to change my mindset.
I don't have any of
2023.
that. My mindset is quite clear. I've been holidays always do this to me. As soon as the holidays are on, I just go into like lazy sloth mode, and everything, all my anxiety gets put away. Everything gets put away nicely. And then it all comes floating back as soon as everything starts back up again. So
next week.
next week I'll be a fucking mess. But today my hair is done. I put jewelry on. I'm good. So ask me again next week. You know?
Yeah. And you'll be a mess.
I'll be a mess.
Okay, great.
Great.
Can't wait.
Okay. Thank you so very much for joining us for this, again, wonderful opening of season 4 of Wine Chats.
Season 4. I felt like singing.
Lindsay, please sing at any time.
Sorry. No, not
Right over me as well. I don't mind. You can find us on socials. We've got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We fucked everything else off, so don't bother. I mean, we're still there. We
don't have time for it.
We can't be bothered.
So many.
Twitter, I don't understand you. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can find us there. You can also obviously watch all our episodes on YouTube, which is probably where you're at right now. Hey. That's it. Download our episodes. Please review us. Please subscribe to all our shit. We are trying to get real famous this year, so if you could help a sister out, or two of them, that'd be great.
Rate, review, subscribe. You know, that's a tagline for a reason.
That's it.
Rate, review, subscribe. We will pay you if necessary.
Oh, easy.
But we'd like you to do it for free because people that we approach ask for that shit. So we need to have more rates,
please,
reviews, and subscribers.
Okay, and now that we've settled that,
goodbye.
Bye. Chat soon. We need a new sign off.
No, just bye.
Lindsay.
Bye. Oh. What is ew, David?
Ew, David. Bye.